Welcome back everybody to Joe's Bibles. This is Joe, and today I've got a brand new Bible to review for you. I received this Bible from the Lockman Foundation. It is the NASB 2020 Reader's Bible. So let's take a look at it. When you receive this Bible, you will see that it comes in a slipcase. Nothing fancy, so let me remove that. So you can see that this is that imitation leather text. It's very smooth. It has some marbling, but I don't think that's natural. Here is the spine. This also comes in an olive linen hardcover. Let me measure this really quick, because the thing that's really cool about this is that it is personal size. So this is, with a cover, 8 7/8 inches by 5 3/4 inches by 1 3/8 inches. So you can see this is a very handy size Bible. So this is a reader's Bible or reader's edition. So let's go to the description of this so that you can know what's in it. This does contain the NASB 2020 text. Has a clear reading type. Actually, it's got a brand new looking font design, which is awesome. It is line matched, Smythe sewn, single column text with poetry in 2 columns. Now that's pretty unique, so we'll take a look at that too. It's got the inside margin verse and chapter numbers. So this does indicate the verse and chapter numbers, but it's going to be on the inside, and you'll take a look at that too. This is not a red letter Bible, which means the words of Jesus are in black letter. It has 2 double-sided angle cut 3/8 satin ribbons. And in the back, it's got color maps, presentation page, and then family records. It's got perimeter stitching. So you can see this is not an edge-lined Bible. This is a paste-down Bible. So the liner is not paper. It's actually, I think it's an imitation or some kind of vinyl. I think this is pretty sturdy for a paste-down liner Bible. When we open the Bible, you can see that it doesn't have any art gilding. So it does have gold gilding on the sides, but there's no art gilding. So it's pretty bare bones. It's not fancy or anything like that, but I think that's fine. Let's take a look at the ribbons. So there's a black one and a brown one, and it's not double-sided satin, single-sided satin, but it is nice and wide. Presentation page, marriages, family tree, births, deaths, and then you get to the title page. Notice this is a different font than what we're seeing from the NASB 2020. Now let's turn to the title page again, copyright page. This is the NASB Reader's Bible, published in 2025. This is printed in Korea by Kodra.com. Look and see, this is the first printing of it in 2025. There's not a lot in here. It contains the foreword, explanation of general format, abbreviations, and you get the books of the Bible. Here's the Old Testament, and here is the New Testament, and really nothing else. But what I want you to take a look at is the way that this is laid out. The design of this is quite beautiful, including the new fonts. Here we are in Genesis 1. And in narrative sections of the scriptures, it's going to be a single column. Genesis, or the book of the Bible, is going to be in red. The verse numbers here are all in red and over to the side. And there's enough space there that it doesn't get in the way of reading. And also look at this. That first letter right there, it's also in red, but it's an outline of the letter. Now let's turn to Isaiah, and I'll show you that in poetry, it switches to double column. So here we are in the book of Isaiah. Again, the book of the Bible is in red. And then when it goes to double column, it's got a red line that goes down the center of the page. And then you've got the verse numbers here. This looks really beautiful and very elegant. And that new font that they're using actually adds to the elegance. Notice the font here. Doesn't it look more like the Zondervan font? The font that Zondervan uses for the NASB 2020 and also the NASB 95. So very similar to it. but just adds to the elegance and I think it's going to go hand in hand with the smooth reading of this Bible. I want to turn to Ezekiel and show you too. So not all of the prophetic books are double column, just in the poetry section. Here we are in Ezekiel chapter 1. Same thing again. The book of the Bible is in red. First letter, N, is in outline in red. And then the verse number is over to the side. So here, it's single column because it's narrative. Now let's turn to Matthew. So here we are in Matthew chapter 1. Again, single column. Let's turn to Matthew chapter 5 to show you that this is not a red letter Bible. Here we are in Matthew chapter 5. Words of Jesus are in black. Beautiful. Let's turn to Revelation to show you the end. Here we are in Revelation 22. And then you get to the maps. And there are 8 maps. You get a blank sheet, and then you get to the end part here. So I really enjoy this Bible. I think that the design that Lockman did for this Bible is fantastic. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I could see myself reading from this particular Bible for long periods of time throughout the day. I think a lot of it has to do with the layout. If you look at the font size, actually it's 8.5 is the font size, and it's not too small because of the leading, which is the space in between the lines. And it's also just a really clean design, as you can see there. So let me just compare the ESV Reader's Bible to the NASB2020 Reader's Bible. So on this side is the ESV Reader's Bible, and here is the NASB2020 Reader's Bible. And as you can see, the only big difference here is for the ESV, it's justified on both sides, whereas this is only justified left. And the ESV Reader's Bible does not contain the verse numbers. When I first started seeing previews of this NASB Reader's Bible, I saw the verse numbers and I thought, I wonder if it's going to get in the way. Now that I've read a few pages from this Reader's Bible, the verse numbers really don't get in the way at all because they're small enough and they're moved over to the side enough, so it's not going to be a bother. Let me do further comparisons between this and the ESV Reader's Bible. So the size is about the same. The NASB2020 is actually thinner and more portable than the ESV Reader's Bible. Now, I'm not sure of the paper GSM. If I were to guess, this is probably a 30 or a 31, maybe thinner than that. The thin paper, or if it is thin, it's really negligible. You can't really even notice it because of the line matching and the beautiful printing of the fonts. I think that Lockman did a great job producing this and designing this. And I think if you just want to sit down and read the Bible, this is a great edition for it. Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. I want to thank Lockman for sending me a review copy in exchange for an honest review. Get yourself one of these Bibles, especially if you're just looking to read through the Bible without doing a lot of study, without doing a lot of meditating on the scriptures. If you just want to read the Bible straight through, this is a great edition for it. Hey, please leave a comment down below. Tell me if you have read or used a Reader's Bible all the way through. I've never personally used one, and I'm interested in using one. So let me know. And remember, read your Bible.